Hello everyone, welcome to NDA Daily Current Affairs. So let us see some of the important current affairs of today. The first one is Akash Prime Missile. So the new version of surface to air Akash missile. So this Akash missile is one of the 5 missiles which India has been developing under this Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. Yes, Agni, Akash, Trishul, Prithvi, Nag. Yes. So this one is an advanced variant which is Akash Prime, and it has been successfully tested in the integrated test range which is in Chandipur, Odisha. Yeah. So the missile intercepted and destroyed a dummy, a fake, a mimicking target. Yes. And in comparison to the previous Akash, this Prime is equipped with indigenous active radio frequency RF seeker for improved accuracy. Yes, it improves the accuracy of hitting the target. Other improvements, is also able to perform the low temperature environment at higher altitudes. So this low temperature environment under higher altitudes is specifically in line with the recent Ladakh region, in Galwan clash and all the things happen. So in Ladakh region only, to give a sample, to give a added advantage to India in Ladakh region. So this low temperature, high altitude region. So this specification has also been added to this Akash missile. Second one is foreign trade. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said that the present foreign trade policy (FTP) will continue till March 2022. Yes, what is this FTP? This foreign trade policy contains guidelines and set of rules to improve the status of India as a net exporter. Yes, so this FTP, which has been started from 2015 to 20, it further extended because of the COVID-19 crisis. Yes. So what is the main objective of this FTP? Simple: enhance export to push economic growth and create jobs. Yes. So this also inaugurated a trade facilitation portal developed by the FIEO, Federation of Indian Export Organization, to help exporters to deal with the challenges and also other related pitfalls and bottlenecks. During this pandemic, and also bring this exporters and logistics service provider (LSP). Logistic means input. Yes, on a single platform. Yes, it is like a part of export competitiveness and also ease of doing business. The next is All India Quarterly Establishment Based Employment Survey. Recently, this All India Quarterly Establishment Based Employment Survey has been released by the Ministry of Labor and Employment. And they say that the employment numbers has increased by 29%, considering the base year of 2013-14. So 2013-14, so 2020-21. So in the last 7 to 8 years, they have 29% the employment numbers has been increased. So you can see here, yes. So distribution of jobs. The manufacturing sector has a huge distribution of jobs, so 40.6. Education comes second, health third, IT 6.7, and the least one is financial services. Yes. And the total number, the rough approximate number is nearly 30.8 million. Yes. So the gender gap, it is 70.7% male and 29. So only 30% female workforce is there in India, and nearly 70% is occupied by men. Yes. So the gender inequality, you have to yet to achieve 20%. So in the first quarter, 27% of the establishment in organizations surveyed reported pandemic-related downfalls. Yes, and the report I told you, it is released by Labor and Employment. Yes, so it employed firms that employ more than 10 workers and spread over 9 sectors, which account for nearly 85% of the total employments. Yes, so you can see the employment is nearly 3.8 crore from 2.37 crore. All the sector, they have saw an increase in the employment except for 2 sectors. You can see trade and accommodation and restaurants. Except these 2, all other sectors saw somewhat improvement in the employment numbers. Yes, and the highest growth has been found out in this IT sector, IT and business processing of the BPO. Yes. And nearly 152%, more than 100%, health 77%, transport 68%, financial services, construction, education, and manufacturing. Yes, and manufacturing is nearly 41% of the establishment, followed by education. Yes, and the decline in that employment in trade. Yes, trading, external trade, both external and internal trade, it is 25%, and accommodation restaurant 13%. Yes, and there are also decline in the female workers. I told you 31% to 29%, so just 30%. Yes, so these are all the thing. These are all the data that has been provided under this All India Quarterly Establishment Employment Survey. The next is right to government aid is not a fundamental right. Yes. So the right of an institution or organization, whether run by majority and minority community, irrespective of it, okay, the aid that is they are receiving from the government, they cannot claim it as a matter of right. Generally, there are schools in Tamil Nadu specifically. There are schools like government school, government aided school, which means it is a semi-government institution. Means okay, any minority institution or even some majority institution, they will be receiving some donations, okay, some aid, grants in aid from the state government or central government. But you can that organization cannot claim that grant as a matter of right. It is not a fundamental right. The Supreme Court had made it very clear. You can see whether institution run by majority or minority, okay, whether related to the proper utilization of grant in by the education institution can be imposed. Yes, a proper whether you are utilizing properly, that restriction can be imposed. And also under Article 30. So Article 30 talks about right to minorities. Okay, fundamental right. Okay, it talks about right educational cultural rights, and specifically 30 talks about right of minorities to establish and administer their own education institution, religious and linguistic minorities. They said that okay, on the ground that an institution is under the management of a minority, whether a religious or linguistic minority, granting aid to that institution cannot be discriminated. Okay, as if other educational institutions are entitled to receive it. Yes, so you cannot discriminate, and also if at all the government has discriminated, we cannot claim it as a matter of right. As you can see, the bench said if government made a policy call to withdraw the aid, so the government is giving aid, but suddenly it tends to withdraw, the institution cannot question the decision as a matter of right. Okay, the institution should be free to accept, okay, accept the grant whenever it has been given, or just leave it whenever it is not being given. Yes, so this has been came in light on the background of a case filed by UP against a decision of the Allahabad High Court to declare unconstitutional the provision of Intermediate Education Act of 1921. Yes, so the right of institution, minority or majority, any institutions, education institutions, to receive aid, okay, the grants in aid, maniam or subsidy from the government, you cannot claim it as a matter of right. So if the government want to give, they can give. If not, they will not. The next is National Cadet Corps, NCC. So the Lieutenant General, okay, Gurbir Pal Singh took over as the 34th General, Director General, DG of NCC, National Cadet Corps. So NCC, it is a tri-service organization, has 3 wings, Army, Navy and Air Force. And the main objective is groom the youth, okay, in their early stages itself to discipline and patriotic citizens. And it is a voluntary organization. Yes, voluntarily, the students from high school, colleges, universities, they will join and they will be part of this NCC. Yes, and they will be given this basic training in small arms and parades. And after the completion their degree and after completing the school, this NCC will be given preference, okay, for joining as officers and also as a other rank as soldiers. So it came into existence in 1948 under NCC Act, National Cadet Corps Act of 1948. So 2 ministries will be responsible for administering this NCC. One is Defense Ministry, deals the NCC at national level, and Education Ministry deals the NCC at all states. So in the states, Education Ministry deals with the NCC, and at national level, Defense Ministry deals it. As generally the Director General, okay, the HQ of this NCC is located in New Delhi, and it will be headed by a Director General, generally an army officer in the rank of Lieutenant General. Next is white shipping information. So recently, Indian Navy and the Royal Navy of Oman, yeah, Middle East, a Persian Gulf country, okay, they have signed a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, on white shipping information. Generally, white shipping means merchant shipping. Yes, merchant navy is called as white shipping. Yes, so white shipping is about the exchange of advanced information or identity and movement of commercial, non-military merchant ship. Yes, so it's pure merchant navy. So generally, there are 2 types of navy. One is general navy. Whenever they say navy, it is defense navy, and specifically when they mention merchant navy, it is this white navy or white shipping. Yes, commercial and non-military merchant ships. So this signing would facilitate information exchange, okay, on merchant shipping traffic, because this region, the African Horn countries, basically Somalia and all in the region, the West Arabian Sea region, and also the Suez Canal region, okay, this is considered as a high piracy, okay, sea, kadal kollai, high piracy risk region. To have information on that, okay, they both countries have signed. Yes, so exchange of merchant shipping traffic via IFC IOR, okay, International Fusion Center, Indian Ocean region. It is in Gurugram, India, and this Maritime Security Center. Yes, it is a coordination center, Oman, and contribute to the enhanced maritime safety and security in the region. Once the actual Navy, the Defense Navy, knows the movement of vessels, because the Indian Navy is responsible for giving safety and security to the Indian commercial shipments on the Indian commercial economic transactions. So that is why they are enhancing, exchanging this information. So this MOU was signed as a Maritime Security Center, Muscat, which is the capital of Oman, and was commissioned in 2013. Yes. Next is Pmf Scheme Seed Capital Module. The Ministry of Food Processing and Industry, okay, MOFP, in association with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, under the scheme Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprise. It is in the name. Okay, making an unorganized, generally any sector, it is one is organized and unorganized. Organized means, okay, it comes under the labor laws. Unorganized, okay, it does not come under labor law. Okay, yes. So formalizing this micro food processing enterprises, industries which involved in the food processing. So they launched this seed capital module. So what they will do? So it was launched on the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana. Okay, Day Nullum. They say it is National Urban Livelihood Mission. Two components are there. One is National Urban Livelihood Mission and National Rural Livelihood Mission. Yes. And this portal for seed capital assistance. So the seed, okay, the money to buy seeds, the assistance will be given, or loan will be given for urban SSG, self-help groups. Yes. Suya Udavi Kulu, okay, working in the food processing sector in India. This seed capital portal can be accessed this specific website, and the SSG self-help groups, they can avail the seed capital assistance of nearly 40,000 per, okay, SSG members under this Pmf scheme. So what is this Pmf scheme is all about? It is launched under this Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, which is self-sufficient India. Whatever India needs, we have to produce it on its own. It is called Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises, FM, is a scheme, a centrally sponsored scheme, which means the center and state, they both will divide the fund 40-60, 90-10, okay, in whatever manner it wants to. Yes. What is the main aim? Enhance the competitiveness and promote formalization of unorganized micro food processing enterprises. Kudusai Thodil. Okay, the sectors, okay, those sectors which are involved in this food processing, to make them formalized one, to improve their livelihood. Okay, thereby simple, just formalize an unorganized sector, it will improve the standard of living. It has multiplier effect. It will improve the standard. It will improve the employment opportunity. It will improve the trade, and it will improve the manufacturing. So it has a multiplier effect. Sorry. The scheme aims to empower the SSGs by seed capital support of 40,000 per SSG member, credit link subsidy for up to 35%, credit link grant support up to 35%, capacity building and training. So all sorts of things to make them, okay, come into the formal organized sector area. The next is coir industry of India. Yes, coir industry. Yes. So Union Minister of MSME, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Narayan Rane, okay, has called for developing this coir industry. Yes, Kair Tirichal in Kongan, northeastern and northeastern region. So Kongan in the sense Goa, okay, Goa and below the Goa coast, okay, up to this area, above Malabar and below Goa. It is called Kongan coast. Okay, and also in the north and northeast region to expand the market network. So this Kongan region has a lot of opportunities, okay, and enhancement for developing this coir industry, as the coastal areas have good coconut crop. Generally, Kerala and the Karnataka and the coastal regions, they can see a lot of coconut trees. Okay, he informed that India contributes nearly 70% of the global production of coir and 80% of the world trade in coir production. So India is a leader, and India can be the largest producer, is because the world is moving towards sustainability. Okay, instead of this nylon ropes and other traditional, artificial ropes, synthetic ropes, this coir will be a great, alternative, and it will be a sustainable, okay, production, sustainable use, and it will be a future. So this coir industry provides employment to more than 7.3 lakh people in rural areas, and 80% of are women. So it is a woman-intensive labor industry. Yes, and as I told you, the acceptability has been increased because it has been environment friendly. Yes, during the year, the export of coir products reached nearly 3,778 crores with a growth rate of 17%. Yes, so this is the future. So the coir industry, it is a traditional labor-intensive, agro-based, export-oriented. Okay, this converts waste into wealth, because after the coconut, coconut, it has a lot of benefits. Okay, you can use that coconut branch into this housing material, and you can use the coconut, the stem, okay, the whole tree stem, for any other purposes, for building boats and all other things. And you can use the this coconut Okay, tender coconut, normal coconut, coconut oil, coconut fat, okay, for food purposes. So coconut, just 1 tree of coconut, okay, it has a lot of benefits. So SATAT. So SATAT is okay, sustainable alternative towards affordable transportation. SATAT. So recently the Indraprasatha Gas Limited, okay, a company signed a MOU with the South Delhi Municipal Corporation to establish waste to energy plant, which converts municipal solid waste, the MSW, into compressed biogas. So biogas is nothing but methane plus hydrogen sulfide plus carbon dioxide. It is called biogas. Yes. So this biogas is eco-friendly. They compare to the, so it is not okay the 100% eco-friendly. It is compared to the petroleum and diesel. It is somewhat eco-friendly, and it is used for running vehicles. So this agreement was signed as part of extension of SATAT initiative under the government. Yes. So this SATAT scheme, as I told you, is a sustainable alternative towards affordable transportation. Yes, a sustainable alternative for transportation. Okay, petrol and diesel, but it should also be affordable, cheap, and best and sustainable. Yes. So this scheme initiates setting up nearly 5,000 compressed biogas plants by 2023-2024 with a production target of 15 million metric ton per annum. Yes. Facilitating this create employment opportunities, and also it gives an alternative for petroleum and diesel. Yes. So using municipal solid waste as input, so it has multiplier effect, as I told you. The solid waste problem, it can be averted. Okay, the solution can be given to the solid waste, and also a solution to the increasing petrol diesel price, and also the emissions, and also the pollution associated with this can also be reduced. Yes, simple, producing clean energy in a sustainable manner. So this SATAT scheme is an initiative under Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. So that's all about today's current affairs. Let us come up with more informative NDI current affairs tomorrow. Thank you.